being now, you know, the start of 2015, she'd be 15 years old. Yeah, turning 16 hopefully in May. She likes playing popping bubbles. I go blow bubbles and she runs around and chases after it. I find my more better memories are the ones where like I'm annoying her, she's annoying me, or you know, we're just like mucking around in the backyard or something.
We found a lump on Kelly's left hind paw in 2011, and we were not sure what it was at the time.
When it progressed and it got worse and it got bigger and we noticed it was inflamed and it started to bother her, when she used to start to lick at it and scratch at it and stuff like that, I guess that's when we really sort of caught on and said, all right, we need to do something about it.
Kelly was diagnosed with mast cell tumor, confirmed by veterinary pathologists.
Mast cell tumor is one of those quite common ones that you find on dogs. You know, they get lumps no matter where, legs, and on the body and such.
And we were given several options at the time in terms of what do we do from there? What do we do with Kelly? Do we treat her with radiation therapy, chemotherapy, surgery, and amputation is the other option? None of those therapies is something that we would like Kelly to undergo. For reasons, for example, chemo may not work very well for Kelly because it's a very big cancer. And radiation therapy is something that I don't think Kelly would like that either, because she's got to be taken to a cancer clinic 5 days a week for 2 to 5 weeks. Surgery is an option to consider, but the location where the tumor is on Kelly's hind paw makes it very difficult to have a 3 centimeter clearance, so that's not an option. So that brings us to the final option, which is amputation. So in other words, Kelly's entire hind leg had to be removed. But I'm not fully convinced at that age, 12.5 years old, that she could survive and have a good quality of life with amputation. She might not even successfully go through the surgery because of the nature of her age.
KELTherapy was a very, I guess, a decision that kind of came about by coincidence in a way. So we did a lot of research on the internet, looking up ways that we could treat Kelly having mast cell tumor.
You know, interestingly, in the past, a lot of work were done on animals, and you apply the information backwards to human. And what we did was actually the reverse. All the information that I gather from JKC05 and 28 were actually based on human work. We applied backwards to Kelly, for Kelly's purpose.
Seeing Kelly going through our treatment on her, it didn't bother her. So it bothered her having a cancer, but as it was treated, or as it went on and we stuck to the plan, although, you know, it might have looked a bit more red or something like that, or, you know, it might have been leaking out a bit of, you know, bit of extra liquid, maybe because from her licking it, but at least she's not agitated anymore. It's more of a, what have they put on me kind of thing. It was more of a, personally, I thought it was more of a, she was curious about what we stuck on her or what we were applying to her, rather than this thing, I want to bite it off.
Kelly was in remission for 31 weeks in the initial treatment. We call that pre-KELTherapy. And at that time, Kelly quality of life was restored, the cancer was reduced, except for a small little lump at the side of her paw. We couldn't get rid of that one, but she's fine. Apart from that, she's okay. There's no side effects, everything's good. After 31 weeks, what we found was that the cancer started to return. And instead of 1 lump, she developed 4 lumps of cancer coming back on the same paw. And at that stage, we nearly had to put her down because there's no other options to think about. Because the other option is that amputation. At that time, Kelly is well into her 13th year. And at that stage, she wasn't doing very well. At that point, we found another molecule and we call it JKC28. So what we did was to increase the amount of JKC05 and apply JKC28. And Kelly is now in remission for the last 2 years.
It's not a new disease, it's not a new virus, it's not a new problem. It's something that's been lasting for a very long time, which means there's a lot of treatments out there for it already. People, you know, as we said, like chemotherapy and amputation and all that. There's a lot of treatments which people know, you know, work for some and might not work for others. One way to look at it is, do you want to cause more suffering to your pet?
It's very emotional situation when your dog is diagnosed with cancer, and at the same time, if the owners have to come up with thousands of dollars to treat their dogs with mast cell tumor, and worst thing is that if it doesn't work, it's a no-win situation for everybody.
I guess we want to share what we have and let other people use it instead of going to alternatives, which could be worse.
The research work that we did with JKC05 and JKC28 are ingredients that are freely available anywhere in the marketplace. Okay, we got one patient, that's Kelly, successfully. Now we want to extend that to see if we can duplicate the results in 10 animals, 10 dogs. And from the 10 dogs, then we can see the potential of treating other dogs with mast cell tumor.
I want to be able to type in YouTube, type in KELTherapy, and not just see a video of myself, but see a video of someone else going, "Ah, you know, I tried KELTherapy. Look at my dog now." If your dog has been diagnosed with mast cell tumor and has had no previous cancer treatment, then why not try KELTherapy and contact us.